All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're going to crack open a diary. This isn't just any diary, though. It's a key to a powerful story about hardship, hope, and the sea. And it comes to us straight from Michael Morpurgo's incredible novel, The Wreck of the Zanzibar.
So, let's jump right in. The story opens with this line. It's from our main character, Laura Perryman, and right away you can feel how personal this is. I mean, this isn't just some tale she's telling. It feels like a secret she's kept for her entire life, and now she's sharing it with us. She's about to take us back to the most incredible, unbelievable few months of her life on this tiny, windswept island at the very edge of the world.
So, where are we? We're on this small island called Bryher, in the Isles of Scilly, way back at the turn of the 20th century. And we meet Laura. She's 14, and her life is, well, it's pretty simple. It's all about milking the cows, watching the tides. But you can just feel that inside she's dreaming of something more, of being pretty much anyone else, anywhere else.
Okay, so at the absolute center of life on this island is a boat. But it's not just any boat. It's called a gig. And you have to understand, this thing is everything to them. It's not just some wood and oars, it's their lifeline, a huge symbol of their strength and pride. The men of the island race these gigs out to pilot big ships, and that's how they make a living. It's a man's world through and through. And for Laura, well, this boat becomes her one single, all-consuming obsession.
And here's the thing. Laura just knows she can row that gig just as well as any of the boys, maybe even better than her own twin brother, Billy. But every single time she even hints at it, what does she get? Laughter. And the same old line, girls don't row in gigs. And right there, that's the core conflict, isn't it? It's her personal ambitions slammed right up against the unbreakable traditions of her world. And that tension is what's going to drive this whole story.
So you have this simmering tension, right? And from that point on, things, well, they start to completely fall apart. Laura's world, which already felt pretty small, is about to get hit with one disaster after another. It's just relentless.
You know, through it all, her mother has this little saying, this mantra. Don't worry, something will turn up. It's her way of holding on to hope, the belief that things have to get better eventually. But, as we're about to see, fate has something else in store for the people of Bryher, something much, much harsher.
I mean, just look at how quickly things go wrong. It's staggering. First, in February, her twin brother Billy, her other half really, he gets in a huge fight with their dad and just leaves, sails for America. Then September hits and a massive storm just batters the island, destroying homes. And right after that, they find their cows, the family's entire livelihood, drowned in the flood. By the time November rolls around, they're beaten down. All the hope is just gone. And the community makes this final, absolutely heartbreaking decision.
And that's it. The decision is made. They're going to abandon Bryher. The whole community is just going to pack up and leave for the mainland, leaving their homes to the birds and the sea. For Laura, this is the end of everything. I mean, her dream of rowing the gig, gone. Her family, broken. And now the very island she calls home is about to die.
But you know how stories go. It's always in those darkest moments, right? When you think all hope is lost, that something small and unexpected happens. A tiny flicker of light. With the entire island giving up, Laura finds this secret mission. A personal purpose that is, believe it or not, going to change absolutely everything. So she's down on the beach and she finds it. This massive leatherback turtle, washed up by the storm, flipped over on its back. It's totally helpless, gulls are pecking at it. It's more dead than alive. Now, think about it. To anyone else on this starving island, what is this turtle? It's food, right? A godsend. But for Laura, it becomes something else entirely. It's a life that maybe, just maybe, she can save. And saving this turtle becomes her whole world. It's this obsession. First she tries to flip him with just her own strength. No way. So then she gets clever. She finds a piece of wood, a spar, and uses it as a lever. She even digs a trench all the way to the sea, but the poor thing is just too weak to move. Then it hits her. He's starving. She tries feeding him seaweed, but he won't touch it. Finally, she and her grandmother figure it out. Jellyfish. He devours them. You see, this is so much more than just saving an animal. It's her own quiet little rebellion against all the hopelessness.
Now, her grandmother, Granny May, she's the only one who finds out what Laura's doing. And she gets it. She has this quiet wisdom, and she completely understands the deeper meaning behind all this. As she says, mending a roof, well, that's easy enough. But mending hope, that's a whole lot harder.
And that's exactly what Laura's trying to do, prove that hope isn't completely gone.
Okay, so picture this. Laura is secretly nursing this turtle back to health, getting it ready for the sea. And then another storm hits. A new one, even worse than the last. You get the feeling the island is facing its final test. And for Laura, her entire world is about to be turned upside down.
And then you hear it, the cry from the shore. Wreck! Wreck! A huge ship, a four-master called the Zanzibar, is breaking up on the rocks. The men scramble, they launch the rescue gig, but in all the chaos, trying to get it into the water, disaster. Laura's father goes down. His ankle is shattered, completely useless. And now, they're one man short.
And in that split second of panic, something absolutely unbelievable happens. The chief of the island, the guy who always laughed at her, who always said no, he turns, points right at Laura, and roars for her to take her father's oar. Her one dream, the thing that has driven her this whole time, it's actually happening, but in the most terrifying life-or-death situation you could possibly imagine.
So she rows. She rows like her life depends on it, battling these massive waves. They finally make it to the wreck and start pulling these poor, freezing sailors out of the water. And as they do, one of them stumbles over to her and just yells out her name. Laura! She looks up and it's impossible. It can't be. But it is. It's her brother Billy. He's come back from the sea.
And this reunion, this miracle, it's not just about Laura's family. No, this moment is about to change the fate of the entire island forever.
Because that wrecked ship, the Zanzibar, it's not a disaster. It's a treasure chest. Its cargo has literally everything they need to solve every single one of their problems. There's timber, enough to rebuild every single house. There's corn, enough to get them through the winter. And then, you're not going to believe this, there are 6 live cows on board to replace the ones they lost. The very thing that should have been another tragedy. Instead, it gives them a future.
So you see, this one event, it does more than just save them from starving. It saves their whole way of life. That decision to abandon the island, completely reversed. Everybody's staying. The community is literally reborn from the shipwreck. And Laura's family, which was so broken, is finally whole again.
But Granny May, she has a different take on all this good fortune. For her, this was no accident. This wasn't just a lucky break. It was something more. It was the universe balancing the scales. You get what you deserve. That one incredible act of kindness Laura showed to that helpless turtle was returned to them by the sea right when they needed it most.
And really, that's the question the story leaves you wrestling with, isn't it? What just happened here? Was the wreck of the Zanzibar just a random coincidence? A miracle from above? Or was it something deeper? Something more mysterious? Was it a cosmic payback for one girl's stubborn act of hope? A girl who simply refused to let the world she loved die? The answer, well, like the sea itself, it's a beautiful, beautiful mystery.